Welcome to Empowered Living with Remy. I'm Remy Aidele, a Maxwell Leadership Certified Coach and DISC Method of Human Behavior Consultant. I'm married to a tech-savvy husband and a proud mother of 3 wonderful children. I'm passionate about helping women live empowered lives. On this channel, we will discuss the 5 M's of empowerment for women, namely me, marriage, motherhood, multiculturalism, and money. We will also learn how to choose faith over fear through personal growth. Let me take you back to where it all began. My vision for empowered living goes way back to my college days, which I still hold dear. I resumed college at the young age of 16, and I had a great time making lots of friends. However, when I returned for my second year, I noticed that most of my friends had changed due to peer pressure and newfound independence. Many had adopted new interests, such as casual dating and different activities of interest to them. This drastic change prompted me to join the Sisters Fellowship, where I became part of the leadership team. Together, we applied godly principles to address real-world challenges we faced as women. Even though I was in the School of Engineering, this was a collaboration with other ladies in the School of Science and Agriculture, because the fellowship was extended campus-wide across all the faculties. Transitioning into motherhood led me to a mom's group where I led discussions, facilitated conversation, built relationships, and encouraged us to live our journey toward brave parenting and healthier marriages. Over the span of 2 decades, interactions with women and young ladies have shaped my perspective. Reflecting on this journey, I realized that there are 5 key areas that we as women need to focus on to live an empowered life. I have categorized this under what I call the 5 M's of empowerment, namely me, marriage, motherhood, multiculturalism, and money. The first M represents me. Focusing on holistic well-being. It means we should focus on taking care of our whole selves, not just our career, and prioritize our health and our faith. The second M symbolizes marriage, emphasizing understanding each other's personalities. It's about understanding your spouse deeply and communicating well to build strong connections. The third M addresses motherhood, preparing the next generation. For moms, it's about empowering our children for a successful future and leaving a lasting legacy. This is what prompted me to start Next Generation Empowerment, an organization that partners with parents and other organizations to inspire, to equip, and to empower teenagers towards excellence in life, in learning, and in leadership. You know, the 4th M signifies the big multiculturalism, which promotes cultural intelligence. When it comes to diverse cultures, it's about learning to appreciate and understand them and building relationships across different cultures. This I found to be very enriching. The final M stands for money. Being smart with finances, stressing the importance of earning, spending wisely, being a generous giver, and saving for the future to live comfortably and retire securely. YOLO. YOLO is a widely used internet slang that stands for you only live once. This phrase encourages us to focus on living in the present and not worrying too much about the future. However, as women, and particularly as mothers, we realize that the decisions we make today can have a significant impact on future generations. Therefore, it is important for us to live empowered, to pursue our dreams and our aspirations, and create a lasting legacy for ourselves and for the future generations to come. When it comes to creating a legacy, I like what Benjamin Franklin said: either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. So, the question is, how do we succeed in all areas of life? The simple answer is that we have to grow by choosing faith over fear. If we're going to live empowered lives, we have to identify what stops us. What are the fears and obstacles women encounter that prevent us from living an empowered life? I believe we have to acknowledge these fears, and my aim here is to raise awareness rather than evoke pessimism. Have you heard the acronym for fear? False evidence appearing real. While that is true because research shows that many things we fear do not actually happen, but as women, we all know that there are some fears that are too real to ignore. It is crucial to confront challenges with courage and faith instead of succumbing to fear. Some of the fears that women face under the category of me, motherhood, multiculturalism, and money are itemized as follows. Under the category of me, we will explore three parts, namely faith, health, and career. When it comes to faith, one may face fears such as questioning one's belief in the face of challenges, or the fear of being discriminated against for personal beliefs. In terms of health, a significant fear can be the possibility of developing a life-threatening disease, mental health issues, or physical changes as we age. As women, we often feel the tug of balancing career aspirations with family responsibilities. We strive to succeed in our careers while being there for our children at home. When it comes to motherhood, the fear of not being a good enough mother or making mistakes in parenting can be a significant obstacle. And under the category of marriage, wow, the fear of ending up in an unhappy marriage and losing one's independence or identity can be crippling. Multiculturalism can bring its own sets of fears, such as the fear of discrimination and the conflicts that may arise due to cultural differences within relationships or in the community at large. Lastly, money brings its own sets of fears, including the fear of not being able to provide for oneself and one's family, and the fear of not being able to plan for emergencies or for retirement. Despite all these fears, it is important to choose faith over fear and embrace challenges in order to live a fulfilling life. On my journey to maximizing my 5 M's of empowerment, I have faced challenges where choosing faith over fear has become very critical. Wow. One vivid memory stands out. The door closed. She was trapped underground in the tube train, 138 feet below street level, under the Thames River, and 5,318 miles away from home. It was a beautiful summer, and we were on vacation in London, UK. We had visited the major tourist attractions, and the only place left on our list was the Buckingham Palace. We descended the escalator and got onto the tube and soon arrived at our destination. The train stopped, and I stepped out, touching my son, and my 12-year-old daughter was beside me. Then I looked around for my 8-year-old. At that moment, the train door closed, and I saw her in front of me. The problem was that she was not on the platform. She was shut in right in front of the door inside the train, which was about to proceed to the next terminal. A billion thoughts raced through my mind. I panicked and I prayed frantically and screamed desperately for the train to open and let my daughter out. Helen Keller said, "Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all." Adventures can be both planned and unforeseen, presenting challenges that require us to adapt and to grow. Embracing these uncertainties is the key to thriving in the journey of life, which inherently involves both expected and unexpected situations. By opting for faith instead of fear, we can navigate these uncertainties with confidence and resilience. That is what I had to do on my next adventure trip to Niagara Falls. You see, I lived about an hour away and visited the area many times, but each time I was afraid to go on the Maid of the Mist boat ride. The day came, however, when with new resolve and courage, I decided to confront my fear and sailed on the Maid of the Mist and journeyed behind the falls at 125 feet underground to the base of the falls, standing behind the cascading water. The deafening roar of the falls showcased the magnificence of God's creation. I stood on the observation deck at the foot of the 13-story tall walled wonder. Wow. For me, overcoming my fear of heights at Niagara Falls was a remarkable experience. And for all of us, conquering fears and limitations are the gateway to empowerment and a fulfilling life. After all, everyday life itself is an adventure. Someone may be wondering, what happened with your daughter in the train? Well, fortunately, a kind-hearted stranger who might as well have been an angel, given the unlikely coincidence of them hearing my scream and connecting me with the little girl, saw the distress on my face through the glass door, pressed the button, and the train door slid open. I quickly launched forward and grabbed my daughter out before the train door closed again. I hugged her tightly and said a prayer of thanks to the God who always saves. Wow. What about you? What are the fears keeping you from living an empowered life? Will you allow the imagined or real dangers hinder you from your pursuit of adventure and living life to the fullest? Or will you embrace empowerment by choosing faith over fear? When it comes to living an empowered life, when we think of the 5 categories of me, motherhood, multiculturalism, marriage, and money, the only way to do it is to overcome fear and choose faith. And the only way to choose faith is to grow. So I will leave you with an acronym: growth. G stands for grow, R for read, O for open, W for why, T for think, and H for happy. One of my mentors, Dr. John C. Maxwell, said, "Growth is the only guarantee that tomorrow will get better." G stands for grow. Just like plants, Humans need certain essential elements to survive and thrive. For plants, these elements include light, water, nutrients, and soil. To ensure optimal growth, plants should be planted in suitable soil and good environmental conditions. For example, to produce high-quality cocoa, a warm rainforest with tropical soil is necessary for cocoa plants to thrive. This is why coffee shops can obtain premium cocoa beans to enhance their coffee offerings. In the US, this is Starbucks. And in Canada, it's definitely Tim Hortons, eh? Similarly, for personal growth, you need to be in an environment that supports and encourages you. Personal growth occurs when you have access to the right information and you are in the right environment. You can have mentors in print through reading their books, and you just never know. You might meet them in person, like I got to meet Dr. John Maxwell. So remember, building a supportive community around you can help you grow and reach your full potential. This brings me to R for read. Reading is a powerful tool for maximizing the 5 M's, enabling personal growth and development. When you read, it's like hiring a personal coach and embarking on a journey of transformation. Choosing a topic you need to grow in. My mom, being an educator, championed my reading habits. And my dad actually paid my siblings and me to read during our teenage years. This skill has become an asset for me personally because immigrating to North America meant I came without my support system. I had to read a lot to learn how to have a good marriage and to be a good mother. I built my library to raise my children all the way from pregnancy to young adulthood. And honestly, I met some kind women along the way who taught me several things. And some of them have become very dear family to me. You know yourself. Thank you so much. O stands for open. It's important to be open to learning new things. I remember when my daughter was in 5th grade and was doing a project on America as a melting pot. As we researched to complete this project, I soon discovered people don't just melt into this pot. Rather, it's more like a salad bowl or a kaleidoscope in which different cultures mix, but they still remain distinct in so many ways. In short, it's a land of cultural overlays. When people immigrate to North America or elsewhere, they adopt different cultures to enhance assimilation in their new environment. I was so intrigued by this concept that I decided to go back to school and study applied communications with a focus on cultural intelligence for effective intercultural communication. Wow, that was an eye-opening learning experience for me. W stands for why. Discovering your why can help you overcome any fear and take on all challenges on your journey towards living an empowered life. Having been married and an immigrant to North America for over 2 decades, I have gained a wealth of knowledge. As a woman, we must empower ourselves to live life to the full. This way, we can pass on a rich legacy of empowerment to the next generation. There are 3 things that energizes my why. First, my personal relationship with God is one of the things that fuels my why. Knowing that with God, all things are possible inspires me to keep pushing. My family is another fuel for my why, as they are the reason I strive to live an empowered life. My family has expanded beyond biological to encompass friends that I have met along my journey. Thank you all. And lastly, adventure is the third thing that fuels my why. T stands for think. It is a crucial step towards creating actionable steps from the book we have read. Being a thinking reader means asking questions to deduce the application and the action steps that can turn knowledge that we have gained from reading into practical tools. By applying critical thinking skills, we can transform the nuggets of wisdom into actionable steps that help us become a better version of ourselves. Embracing the power of thinking can unlock the true potential of the words that we read and enable us to embark on a journey of continuous self-improvement. H is for happy. Happy is defined as a pleasure of contentment characterized by enjoying well-being. My question for you today is, do you know what makes you happy? Does success bring you happiness? What is your definition of success? According to Valerie Burton, true success involves being content while still striving for higher goals. This requires a balance of purpose, resilience, and joy. By being grateful for the blessings we already have and having faith that we can achieve even more, we can achieve our divine dreams with the right thoughts, the right actions, and the right relationships. You know, Valerie Burton is another mentor I met in her books before meeting her in person. As we conclude our time today, I want to remind us that choosing faith over fear is crucial in all aspects of our personal growth, so we can grow in all areas of life. To achieve this, women need to empower themselves in the 5 key areas we have talked about: me, motherhood, marriage, multiculturalism, and money. If you wish to engage in these creative conversations about the 5 M's of empowerment, feel free to subscribe to this channel. My name is Remy, and my goal is to inspire you to choose faith over fear and grow yourself on your journey towards empowered living. Let's grow together.